Ah, greetings, salutations, and welcome to a very special video. As you probably saw, this is our 10K subscriber special, and if we get the timing right, someone will be pressing the button as we hit 10,000 subscribers. And if any of you jokers unsubscribe and put us under 10K again, I will find you, and I will do something. Anyway, let's get going. Start the intro, please. Okay, a couple of random stats about the company. Galimoto Media was founded in 1999 by Dr. Hans Hirse and Hannes Oosthuizen. Hans unfortunately passed away last year, and Hannes is still around. He's in the automotive scene with cars.co.za, a fellow South African YouTube channel. They probably come up here, they do quite cool stuff. The two of them started the company to supply local Boerland or Cape Winelands newspapers with car content. The meaning of Galimoto is apparently fire wagon, but if you consult Google, it says it's a language called Nyanja or Chewa Chichewa, which is a Malawian language, and it just means car or vehicle. But if you go into Google Translate, it says there is fire as the direct translation. So our channel is fire, obviously. I joined the company in 2009. By that time, Hannes had left, and I was tasked with going digital, so I started the website, social media, that sort of stuff. I also started a newspaper called Nam Wheels in my native Namibia. We printed for a few years, and now it's all online digital as well. The YouTube channel was created by myself on the 3rd of June 2011, but the first video that I uploaded was over a year later, on the 13th of November 2012, of a Mercedes-Benz B200 Blue Efficiency 7G Tronic, just an acceleration run, it's raw footage. That video has now got 4,300 views, 4 likes and 2 dislikes, and 0 comments. But we'll get into the hardcore stats just now. Right. As for our channel direction, intended and current, we actually just wanted to do cool, relatable, consistently excellent, in our opinion, car content. That's all we want to do, is just put out cool car content. We're not in it for the money, as you will see later on in this video, but I believe, as the owner or manager of the channel, that we haven't found our thing yet. Although you'll probably agree our thing is the acceleration videos. But I wanted to do something else, something cool, something quirky. We tried a couple of things for fame and fortune. Well, actually just for fame. The fortune bit you'll see didn't work out. You'll see later in the video. But we tried some things, some quirky stuff, some different content. And one of them was Ask Us Anything, where I would sit in the car with a guest or a co-presenter, and we would go through your comments on our YouTube videos and answer any of your questions, as long as they were above the belt and car related and not readily available on Google. That sort of didn't work out. Real pity. I know our equipment was quite old at the time, but I wouldn't mind trying that again. Let me know if you enjoyed that. Right, the next thing we tried during COVID was Guess the Car, but that was just a silly experiment where you would have to guess a car from footage or photos we did. And then the big one was random tests. We did random tests with cars, and why did you people not like it? It was brilliant. I was convinced that was our thing. Basically, what I didn't want to do is be like everybody else and stand in front of a car and say, it's got 2 headlights and 4 airbags. So we did quirky stuff. That didn't damage the car or the brand or us or whatever, but we just tried weird things with a car, and nobody liked it. Pity, because it was big fun filming it. Anyway,
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello. You're welcome. Anyway, as I was saying, we then tried driving over stuff, because it was something we did during a random test. I think we drove over a model car of a Lamborghini. and that looked so cool. I was convinced that was it. That was our thing. We were going to use cars to drive over things. I would use my own as well in case a tire gets damaged or something. But that night, yeah, I discovered that it's been done millions and millions of times before. So no, we were rather late to that party. Then we started doing anti-reviews, which became sprint reviews, which became narrated sort of little reviews. Only camera work, B-roll, and then I speak over it. That's hit and miss. I think it depends on what car it is and how the algorithm picks it up. Because some of them are excellent and nobody watches them, and others are fairly terrible and they take off. So I have no idea how that works. But the acceleration videos, the time 0 to 100 stuff and quarter miles and all of that, that is basically our thing. That's what we're currently known for. I'd love to do other stuff, but that's what it is at the moment. Ooh, I forgot one. Classic car documentaries or classic documentaries. I love those. Would do those permanently if I could, but yeah, time, effort, money doesn't allow. We've got quite a few in the pipeline, so there is stuff coming, but please be patient until we can figure out how to get a sponsor or something. And if you want to, hit us up. Thank you. We've got a bit of a schedule going for those of you who care or who've noticed. It's a bit predictable, but let us know what you think. I think it's we do a short, a little video, and then an acceleration video and some sort of full video, which is either review or sights and scenes. Those don't work very well, do they? Where we don't talk at all, we just show you the car. Or some sort of quirky stuff, including random acceleration tests, like weight versus no weight. I love those. Quickly ran out of material and very time intensive to film and edit, so I'll try and do some more of those, I promise. Let us know which one you enjoy. Thank you. And now for some channel stats. YouTube Analytics says we've had 9.5 million total views, 124,000 and some change watch hours, and we've made about $5,500 US, which sounds okay, but this has been going for what, for 14, 16 years? So per annum would be $396, that's per year. Per month is about $33, or $8.25 per week, or $1.18 per day. So no, we are not doing this for the money. Social Blade, which is sort of a YouTube watchdog statistic trawling guessing game website, but they do say we're 1,907th in automotive rank, which is brilliant in the whole world. That's not bad. I'm very proud of that. 1,150th in South Africa, okay-ish, and both of those have slipped down in the last week by about a position or two. And we're 75th in automotive in South Africa, just behind We Buy Cars. That is brilliant. I love that. They say we are a C-grade channel and we earn between $25 and $402 per month. Yeah, we're pretty near the bottom end of that. So whatever you see there, take the bottom bit. That's what people are really earning. We currently have 0 Patreons, 0 members currently, and someone bought us 1 coffee. Thank you, Zimone. Much appreciated. All right, and now some video stats. Of the 800 and something videos we have, 653 are proper horizontal videos, 155 are upright shorts, we have 0 lives, 10 posts, and we've done 145 copyright claims or strikes, because people love doing compilations with our acceleration videos. Please don't do that. It's in our terms and conditions as well. The top 10 of our videos, the Honda Accord V6 overtook the Ford Fiesta in terms of views this year in February 2025. They are now cruising at 218,000 for the Accord and 214 and a bit for the Fiesta 1 litre EcoBoost titanium something or other. Next up, the Hyundai Elantra Turbo and Mercedes-AMG S65 Coupe are jostling for position at about 135,000, 136,000 views each. Then, in 4th and 5th place, with almost no difference, are the Suzuki Jimny and the BMW 420i Cabrio, I think. They've got 107,000 views each, and the current difference is less than 100 views. So they really are jostling for position. Next up is a review of the V300D AMG line Mercedes-Benz van, which I did not expect. That was one of those that I just did, put it out there, and it has just hit 100,000 and is climbing. A very popular car in Southern Africa, though, so that might explain it. Then we've got some acceleration videos, the Audi A6 1.8 turbo at 97k, the Kia Picanto at 86k, I think it's the previous one, Renault Kwid at 85,000, yeah, it's a very popular car, and then the Caddy 2-litre TDI at 81,000. Then comes our first random test of the Go versus Kwid, which has 78,000 views, and I'm very happy about that, because I remember filming that day with Nico and Franco, and I had to skip my mother-in-law's birthday, and there was some family politics, and I said, no, I had to work. So I hoped and begged and prayed that that video would do well. And it did. It's our most popular random test, but that's probably got to do with the Indian-made cars. Anyway, speaking of which, next one, Kwid Climber at 75k. I think that's the acceleration test. Then a Kwid ABS retest at 72. Honda CR-V 2.4 at 69k. And then a Hyundai H1 at 68k. Oh, and a Merc C250 at 66k. So as you can probably see, we couldn't have predicted any of these. And there's no pattern to be seen here. We have no idea what works and what doesn't. I've put M3s up or M4s and C63. No, nobody cares. But I don't know, Honda Accord V6. It's our most popular video. Oh well. Our most hated video is the Suzuki Espresso random test, which we published in June 2020. That was just after lockdown, and we tried to be all quirky with a coffee-themed video, and people not only misunderstood it, they hated it, and they still do. It's got 16,000 views, 61 comments, all of them are negative, I think. It's got a 23.4% like ratio, so of the 110 likes, there are 470 dislikes. But I guess there's no such thing as bad publicity. And Suzuki never said a thing. They also don't care. But anyway, thanks for watching and downvoting it, I guess. Next chapter, please. Okay, random stats in 14-ish years. We have crashed one or two cars. One was not ourselves. Someone drove into it while I was fast asleep. A Stelvio QV got damaged by a colleague of mine. We have broken down 5 times, though. In the almost 1,200 videos that we have on our spreadsheet, there was a Kia Cerato sedan where the brake lights stayed on and the car died. The battery drained and it had to be towed away. Mitsubishi ASX, which just lit up like a Christmas tree and wouldn't go. A Honda CR-V where the gear lever broke and it wouldn't go back past neutral. A Toyota GT86, which we thought had a rod knock. But it turned out to be a broken alternator, and Toyota charged us for a coffee. And a Mercedes S350D, which we filmed and faffed around so long that the battery died. Although that car, they jump-started safely and we got going again, so that doesn't really count. But of those 5, 80% were Asian, and if you subtract the Merc, 100% of all breakdowns we've ever had were Asian cars. No Italians, no British, no Americans, Asian cars. Japanese and Korean. Put that in your JD Powers pipe and smoke it. Anyway, we've curbed about 2 or 3 rims. An IS350, I remember my wife clapped a curb with that. V300D AMG line, I curbed that. Felt so guilty, took it to the shop, had it fixed, and then my colleague Nico, when he picked it up, curbed it 1 street away from the wheel repair shop. So we had to do it twice. We've had 1 slow puncture in a Peugeot 308. It was a Michelin tire, by the way. I've grazed a wall here. I've gone in and out of this carport so many times, but there was a Mercedes-Benz GLE 53 AMG, and I grazed the front wall, and I felt terrible. Blah. Anyway, if you're interested in all these stories, we can make a separate video as well. We've always been careful with speeding, but we did have 2 or 3 speed fines that we know about. I assume most manufacturers, if it's not too bad, they just absorb it or put it in their marketing. But Toyota, again, Toyota phoned us up when their fleet manager was in handcuffs, and apparently we had been speeding and nobody gave us the fine, so there was a big drama. Anyway, and then the last random stat, all our email addresses end with an O. So Hanyo, Niku, Franku, Info. If your name ends with an O, you can apply for a job. We just can't pay you. Or not very well. Next chapter, please. Okay, equipment stats. So from 2013 to about 2014, I used what was back then an absolute novelty. I bought myself a GoPro Hero 1 HD, I think it would be called, or a dinosaur these days. And I very quickly bought a Hero 2 HD as well, and I used the two in tandem for quite a few years. From about 2013 onwards, we used a program called Tempest GT, which was a Symbian-based app that used accelerometers and I think GPS, or some sort of it, to give you a rough indication of what a car's performance is, so that we could put that in the description of our acceleration videos. In 2014, I went on honeymoon. I remember that because I also bought my Race Logic performance box in Germany. State-of-the-art stuff back then. Nowadays there are lots of competing products, but still a very, very accurate device. And then just before the COVID-19 lockdowns, early 2020, I upgraded to a GoPro Hero 7 Black. And I bought that from a guy who was leaving at the airport for cash for a really good price, not stolen. And been using that for quite some time. And then eventually I upgraded to what I'm using now, which is a Hero 11 Black with a media mod. And I didn't want a Hero 8 or 9, it wasn't enough of an upgrade, and there were some issues that I didn't like, so I got the 11 Black Creator Edition about a year ago in March 2024. Oh, and I bought 2 sets of Rode Wireless Go 2 mics, the twin, these guys. Because I bought one on auction, I got it for a really good price, I made an offer, and then it arrived at my brother's house, but it disappeared. So I bought another one on special here, and then they found the first set. So now I've got 2 sets, 4 mics. So if you want to sit with me in the car with 2 other people, let me know. Thank you. Right, and last but not least, people and thank yous. And I have to start with Dr. Hans Hirse, who sadly isn't with us anymore. So I dedicate this entire video and anything fun and cool and car related in his memory. Franku Teron. Franku is the quiet, sporty guy in the background. If you ever see him, he doesn't go on camera very often. That's Franku. This company would not tick along without Franku. And then Uncle Nico, who helped us for quite a few years. We also knew him as the master of B-roll. So all the beautiful footage you've been seeing over these years, that was Uncle Nico. Thank you, Uncle Nico, for all your help. Then Norman Niederheitmann. That's a mouthful, a double barrel name. Norman was our Afrikaans presenter before he rudely immigrated to Europe. Hello Kakers. He's recently come back and we had high hopes of settling him in again, but we all move on and life gets difficult and busy. So maybe in the future we'll do something with Norman again, something cool in Afrikaans. It was actually a lot of fun. Then our collective wives and girlfriends for putting up with our nonsense and our car shenanigans. I distinctly remember Norman, Franco and I going out to film the Mercedes A250, and we said we'd be an hour or 2 and I came home that afternoon. Yeah, I got yelled at and my wife chased me out of the house. But it's my house, so I came back and she forgave me eventually. Who else? Oh, of course, you, dear viewers. How can I forget about you guys? Thank you so much for supporting us, for watching, for all your comments, likes, subscribes, shares. We really do appreciate it, and 10,000 isn't a lot for other people, but it is for us quite a milestone. Yeah, thank you. And then I think to celebrate 10,000 subscribers, we should release all our members only videos, which include some acceleration compilations by year. There are a few of those. We've got some extra shorts, reels, fun little clips that can go out. Oh, we have acceleration bloopers. That is quite something. So I don't know, camera fails, battery fails, that sort of thing. We can release that to celebrate 10,000 subscribers. Random videos, slideshows, POVs, that sort of thing. And then dashboard and cockpit tours. Not all of that is great, but just to celebrate. Let's go back to second. Shall we do a backfire? Thank you so much for watching. Keep your hands on the wheel at all times. And drive safely. See you on the next one. Cheers. There you go, everyone. This is Franco, and he's actually going to see Norman. I did a 10k subscriber video. I'm doing it. Oh, there's Derek. Morning. How's it? Yes, I want to buy that Landy. I've been telling them about Franco, who doesn't like to go in front of the camera.
No, not
okay. And Norman as well. Anyway, I have to run. Here's Derek. Thanks for watching.